to this disturbing story now. Another young woman's life lost due to gender-based violence. The death of the 20-year-old woman has left the community of Evaton in the Sedibeng region reeling in shock. It's alleged her boyfriend raped and cut her body using a grinder before setting her alight. He's been arrested and is expected to appear at the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court on Monday. Tshegohaco Moagi is on that story for us. Tshegohaco, what more do we know about this disturbing development?
Well, it's a very, very sad story, this indeed, where a 28-year-old lady, Kenelwe Pule, lost her life. We understand that this happened last year, and the suspect was then found by the community, and then mob justice took place where they beat him up quite badly. Then the police came to his rescue, but he has been denied bail, and as you've mentioned, he will be appearing in the magistrates court tomorrow for trial. So we're expecting that his trial will start tomorrow in this very case.
So what have officials told us about gender-based violence cases?
Well, there is a huge concern about the possibility of them actually being on an increase in Gauteng specifically. We also understand that although there aren't a lot of women that actually report gender-based violence, they are saying, those that I've spoken to from Ikhaya Letemba, mentioning that it is important that women do speak out. And the increase is a possibility, and it's a concern for officials, because then it means that this is just ongoing. But really, they are saying that although they would, I asked what is government doing about this, and I was told it's not really just a government thing. It is a thing, it is a problem that the whole community needs to come together and work against it. That if you see someone being abused, you speak out against it. And if you know of a family or a situation where a family could possibly be abused, or they are in an abusive situation or abusive relationship, then you just need to speak out about it. But let's just take a listen to what Connie from Ikhaya Letemba had to say.
Government cannot do it alone, as much as government has done a lot in terms of trying to make sure that our communities are a safe space for both women, children, and other vulnerable groups. We rely also in everybody to take part. Nobody should be a bystander in this matter, because it's really a pandemic. And the perpetrators themselves are within our communities. They are in our families. So it's a joint effort for government and NGOs and civil society and everybody else, even faith-based communities, to take part in this, to report this crime and to identify the red flags and to report and try and assist one another, even private sector, to also assist in funding, because there's a lot of funds that goes to NGOs, but it's never enough. We also plead for the communities as an informal support for families and victims to also play parts in making sure that our communities are safe. We are not harboring criminals in our homes. We are not bailing. We are not fighting to bail out perpetrators, even though we know it's clear that the perpetrator, whether it's my father or husband or girlfriend or boyfriend, but it's a criminal, it's a criminal.
There's some advice for women in the country, but also let's talk to the men.
Well, absolutely. To do so to the women, Ikhaya Letemba, the organization, really just saying that they must not keep quiet, that if they are in a situation where they feel that they are being abused, or they actually are being abused physically, mentally, emotionally, that they must speak out. And the big thing that government has been really speaking about, specifically in Gauteng, the Community Safety Department has really spoken out about how cases, they are, if somebody's charged with a particular abuse, and then their charge is then withdrawn. And this often happens with the woman. So the woman goes to the police station, she lays this charge of rape or assault, and then she withdraws it, and it is all because of fear. But the Department of Community Safety has said that it should not end there, that as soon as you've laid that particular charge, you must then see it through. That's the only way that the perpetrator will learn that his actions were not right. But also to the men, Ikhaya Letemba really just saying that there needs needs to come a time where they feel that they protect women at all times, and that protection does not mean lifting their hand to a woman or even assaulting a woman at all. And I mean, there's a big thing of how we always speak about there are conferences for women, and there are team buildings for women, but there really aren't such for men. But Ikaela Temba really just saying that we need to get to a point where we are supporting of each person in the country, and that there's a level of tolerance for each person in the country to do.